However, the National Cohesion and Integration Commission notes with great concern the consequences of the ongoing political contestations on the repeat presidential polls. The Commission condemns the increasing levels of ethnic and political polarization, loss of human lives, intolerance, hooliganism, and wanton destruction of property during the anti-IEBC demonstrations. We are strongly saddened by the loss of lives in various protests. As an institution established to reconcile Kenyans following the 2007-2008 post-election violence, the prevailing political situation in the country is at most irresponsible, unfortunate, and untenable. The current political climate indeed strikingly resembles the period prior to 2007 and 2008 post-election violence. Allowed to take root, the current political dynamics will catastrophically roll back all the gains we have made as a nation to build a cohesive, peaceful, and prosperous country. As a nation, we have had enough traumatizing situations, and it makes no sense for the politicians to push the nation through another cycle of civil strife. As a nation, we have traveled a long, narrow, and difficult path to get to where we are today. But it seems like the political leaders have quickly forgotten the carnage, the suffering, the pain, and agony that Kenyans went through. The age of solving differences, whether political or social, through brutal bloodletting is long gone. Kenyans of all walks of life must learn to talk to one another, dialogue, and reason together to find solutions to our various problems. We have noted that the sense of optimism for the Kenyan people is currently undergoing a serious test, likely like never before. Political polarization and the competitive nature of electoral politics are deeply dividing the Kenyan nation. As a commission, we are concerned with the deepening sense of anxiety, mistrust, and ethnic and political intolerance that threatens to erode the gains we have made building a cohesive Kenyan nation. Tensions are rife in some parts of the country, setting Kenyans into a constant mode of fear, thus crippling the economy of the country. The increasing use of foul and obscene language, threats, and inflammatory statements, largely characterized by inter- and intra-ethnic profiling by a section of the political class, is saddening. This has converted the feelings of our nation, national discourse, from being issue-based to ethnic bigotry, insults, and threats, a scenario with the capacity to destroy our nation. We are appealing to the political leaders and their supporters to explore alternative means of resolving the issues at hand. We urge the government and the opposition to act with openness, sobriety, and tolerance in addressing the source of the current impasse. In the same breath, We want that those who take pride in spewing hate speech, we will deal with you. We will continue to deal with you decisively without fear or favor. The Commission is concerned with the emerging trend of fake news on social media that is intended to incite, misinform, and manipulate public reactions. Those involved in fake news should stop that habit immediately. We urge the public to treat sensational news with caution and avoid making unverified, making conclusion on unverified news. To the Independent and Electoral Commission, IEBC, we urge you to follow the law and provide free, fair, and credible elections. IEBC must recognize that there is a direct correlation between your ability to conduct free and fair elections and peace and stability in this country. Today, as never before, the peace fabric of this nation is intricately interwoven with the conduct of credible elections. Hence, the decision taken by IEBC must have a direct impact on shaping the future of our country. IEBC must therefore get its house in order and deliver on the mandate as per the Constitution and the expectation of the Kenyan people. We urge all the stakeholders to give IEBC the necessary support to enable them deliver on their mandate and stop intimidating them and giving them unlawful directions. We urge the security agencies to continue maintaining order and calm in the country. They should equally discharge their role within the Constitution. We call on the government to investigate and hold accountable those responsible for vandalism and looting. To supporters of the political classes or the political class, we urge you to embrace tolerance, restraint, and respect diversity. Elections come and go, but the Kenyan people remain. Your neighbor remains, hence we have to preach peace, love, and unity. Let's be our brothers' keepers. The demonstrations must respect, the demonstrators must respect their obligation under the Constitution to picket. However, they must do so responsibly and respect the rights of other Kenyans to go about their business unmolested, respect their property, and refrain from using any form of violence. Your right to demonstrate should not be used to infringe on the freedom and security of other Kenyans. We condemn those who take the law into their hands and also those who take advantage of the situation to commit crimes. We commend the media for their effort in influencing a positive agenda in the ongoing political discussions. We continue to encourage conflict-sensitive reporting and vetting of panelists before engaging them in live debates. Unfortunately, there have been instances where panelists have engaged in very unbecoming debate live on national televisions, and by that very fact, becoming a threat to our own security. We continue to encourage, we encourage the journalists to adhere to journalistic code of ethics. Fellow Kenyans, the merits and demerits of the contestation aside, we must as a country collectively cultivate the culture of nonviolence, respect for the rule of law, and tolerance for the divergent opinion. It befits us as Kenyans to jealously guard the peace and stability that we have cultivated in the last few years. A polarized Kenya is a road for endless mistrust, hostility, and economic retrogression. That is the road we must not travel. That is a road we must avoid. That is a road to nowhere.